Hello and welcome to episode 4 of our Imperial campaign. We are picking up right where we left off. In the last episode, we did a really good job of securing these mid-rim planets from the Black Sun. We also now have a pathway from the core worlds to these southern planets that we can take the rebel planets and then from there take these Black Sun planets. Let's go ahead and get us started. We're going to head and send our ground forces from Atziri to Thyferra. In the last episode, we were talking about Garandon. He is on Coruscant now. And I need to get some corruption. Okay, we already had that going. They're raiding us at Borleias. We don't have anything here, but we're going to try and win this battle. Ground bases cannot be detected. This is why it's really important to have... Excuse me. This is why it's really important to have outposts on every planet. Really important. Make sure you always have outposts. And you're going to see me, probably after this battle, make sure that I have level... Oh, wow, that... Oh, come on. Alright. Whatever. We lost that battle. We were probably not going to win that. They had a lot of heroes there. Let's go ahead and attack Thyferra. On the land battle of Thyferra. So it's really important to have... what are those things called? Outposts on every planet, and then... You're going to see me throughout this campaign build a level 2 and level 3 outpost. Level 1 outposts are capable of defending the planet on the ground themselves, but sometimes it's more worth it to have level 2s and level 3s to make sure that even if they were to bring in a lot of raiding units, they still can't take it on the ground. And level 2s are a little bit better at that, and obviously level 3s are even better. Especially if you have a lot of mines on a planet, or you have ground technologies on a planet, it's really important to make sure that you have those planets secure. I know for a fact that the Black Sun starts off with a show generator on this planet as well as turbo laser towers. And I also know that on this planet they have their power generator back here. So I'm going to spawn up some units up here, bring in some ATSTs back here, and we're going to take out that power generator. Let's get some ATDPs over here. And let's bring in Vader. Alright, your ATSD jobs is to come back here and take out that power generator. Once that power generator is down, we'll have free movement. And we can attack the main base over here. This power generator is already destroyed. Perfect. Alright. Let's put all of y'all into cover and push y'all forward. From here, we can go ahead and move Veers out. We'll have Veers as well as these infantry units. Just push from the south. Obviously, I designated most of my army space to attack here from the east. But now that the show generator has been destroyed, as well as the power, the turbo lasers, we are good to attack this place a lot easier from here. Alright. Doing pretty good. How you doing? They got an AT or an AAT right here. Let's go ahead and just have everybody attack that AAT. Group 1, you guys can go ahead. Let's just push Group 1 all the way forward. As well as all these ATDPs. If we can just push them, we'll have the infantry just kind of sweep this southern area. Let's get all of my infantry just to try to take out this bunker. Vader, or Veers, you can take this thing out pretty easily. Infantry will help you. Infantry, y'all take out that thing. Let's have Veers push up and take out this bunker. Looks like we're having a bit of a traffic jam over here. Ooh, they have artillery units. Okay, let's make sure... Let's go ahead and take this bunker out. Push up a little bit slower with my units. Infantry, come over here and take this. Let's get a little bit of air support going on this battle. Oh, there's some other air support, or artillery units right here. The air support is not targeting things I need them to target. What is this, a bunker? Alright. I know I had my ground troops just doing something. Oh, that's a bunker turret. Let's actually refocus Veers to take out that bunker turret. You guys can help out. Let's keep pushing forward and have all of you guys just kind of move up to take out the outpost. As I've said previously, taking out outpost is really, really important because once you take out outpost, pretty much every kill when it comes to the Black Sun is now permanent because most of their reinforcements come from the outpost. You ATSTs can finish off the infantry. It may be a little bit foreign to see ATSTs be really, really good at taking out infantry, but that is definitely the regular ATST's role. Their weapon systems are great at taking out the infantry, but even more so, their barrage ability is great against infantry. Where's that other artillery unit that's firing at us? Oh, here it is right there. We're losing a lot of units in this fight. Mostly because I'm not really doing a great job of focusing on this fight. Let's get our ITTs up here. Once Beers gets in range of this artillery unit, but he's got himself stuck behind that. We can just bomb and run it. Well, the ITTs are here now. Let's just bomb these guys. The station's been destroyed. The bombers are on the way. Veers is on his way. Veers is taking this thing out. Perfect. We've got some infantry pushing away from us. Let's get the ITTs. Aw, man, we lost an ITT unit. ITTs are great at taking out some infantry like that, and then the other infantry died as well. Perfect. Alright, we won the Battle of Thyferra. One thing that I have been doing a bad job of in this campaign is making sure that we secure planets fully. So, like, if I were to move my units off of Thyferra too quickly, the Black Sun will just come right back in and sweep and take Thyferra right back from us. So I want to make sure that I do a little bit of a better job of that. Let's go ahead and attack Fondor before we head back over to Borleias to retake it. If we can take out Fondor, that'll just completely eliminate their ability to take Thyferra back from us. Let's start removing some corruption. They have a massive fleet sitting over Jada, so I'm scared that they're going to push through the corruption and attack one of these planets. Okay, my fleet has hit Fondor. Space battle at Fondor. There's our Nebula B2. The Nebula B2s are really fragile looking.
Choose your reinforcements.
Alright, reinforcements wise, let's get a couple of victories over here. And then let's get Winvenator. Victories, your job is just to take out that Firestar. You should be perfectly capable of doing that yourself. Did you seriously have to push all the way around that? Oh, brother. Alright, we're just going to leave him behind. Let's go, Vader. This is a level 3 space station. I kind of need you. If you would stop being stupid. Look at that, they have 2 capital ships. Well, this is not going to be good for us. Let's push... Crap. Vader, you're good at taking out fighters. Let's go ahead and push you. Let's get these V-Wings over here to take out this guy. I guess we can actually just go ahead and bring an acclimator right here. Let's get Oswald right there. Victories, your job, like I said, you guys can be my group 3. You guys are just supposed to take out that Firestar. Let's get... I'm going to build an anti-fighter turret right here just because I want to make sure that we're good. And then we don't have to worry about fighters too much. Speed this battle up. Like I said, I want to make sure that we don't lose this Nebula B2, but we should be able to push him forward. Alright, perfect. My victories have spotted the target because of the TIE fighters. Victories, your job is to just take out the whole of that Firestar.
Space station damaged.
Alright, looks like they are going to start pushing forward. Let's get all of my ties. Here come their capital ships. Alright, you target this Longhorn. Please target the Longhorn, or just run away from the battlefield. That works. Let's push that Minotaur up. This Minotaur needs to do another turnaround. Alright, new plan. Target the Longhorn for me.
Yes, sir.
Vader, target this thing.
Awaiting
This
orders.
Minotaur can target this Minotaur.
Attacking.
How we doing over here? Y'all are in range. Go ahead and hit your full salvo ability. This thing should get annihilated, which is good, because we're going to need those victories to come up north and help us out.
Firing. Awaiting your command.
How we doing?
Your command.
Vader's doing his job, but it's sad to see that these guys are not doing their job. Alright, you can stop right there. Let's get these fighters going up in this battle. Alright, Ozzel's taking some serious damage because this Minotaur is not doing his job.
Maximum firepower.
How we doing over here? They got some Supas, but this thing, the Fighter Star is going to die pretty soon. They've got a lot of Corvettes, which is what scares me. I might have to push this guy forward. Group 1, why don't y'all target one of these Corvettes for me? Have you go ahead and fire at maximum. Looks like you're going to be safe from this battle, as long as we can keep taking out some of these smaller ships. You guys can be my group 2. Go ahead and boost your firepower. Help take out some of these Corvettes. Acclimators are actually really useful early on. They have really good solid weapons for taking out Corvettes. The heavy laser cannons and then their missiles right there. You can see their missiles just rip Corvettes apart. The missiles have slightly lower reload speed, so that's the only real problem with them, is they take forever to reload. But I mean, I see a lot of missiles firing, so maybe they don't have that slow reload speed. Alright, this was almost a very dangerous battle, but we were actually able to win it pretty decisively. And they retreat, and we don't have to worry about those retreating units. Perfect. There goes their building. And then we can take the ground on this battle. Fondor, we didn't lose anything, which is really nice. Let's push up my ground forces. How are we doing? Let's go ahead and remove the corruption on this planet. I believe that's going to remove the corruption on Jakku. And then we have some credits. Let's go ahead and invest into a level 3 outpost here. Coralag, you're good. Carita, sell that, build me a couple of those. Anaxes, build me a level 2 barracks. Anaxes, for some reason, is where I always build my level 3 barracks. So we're going to invest into that there. Let's get a level 2 outpost. So here's a great example for that, right? You have Bespin. It's making me over 1,000 credits. It's going to have multiple expanded gas mines on it, which for some reason it says it's only got 1. Why does it? Oh, there it is right there. Okay, I thought I had 2 custom stations being built. So we don't want to lose this planet. If they were to raid Bespin, it would suck. If they took it, it would cost me a bunch of credits to retake it, rebuild all of this stuff, and so we want to make sure that we defend it well. On these planets, this is where I'm building a lot of my ground technology. So I want to make sure that they can't raid it and take out my ground technology, or raid Endor and take out my space technology. So having level 2 outposts on certain planets is really important. If you just have a planet like Freysia, which I use Freysia for my light vehicle factory, which I haven't yet in this one, but say you just have Freysia, you can have a level 1 outpost if you're not going to defend it. You don't have to worry about it too much. They actually do have their Space Force, like I said, pushing out. Let's go ahead and invade Fondor on the ground. Land battle at Fondor. We have civilians on this map, which is nice. Let's go ahead and push them into doing what they need to do. Let's push you up north. Let's go ahead and support you with some ATDPs. And we can get, let's get some, let's just chill out for now. Over here I'll probably go infantry heavy. Alright, perfect. Let's get some infantry, let's get some ATSTs, and a bunch more infantry. And then I'll probably just sit on the rest of my units. Actually, let's get one speeder bike unit. We didn't manage to take this turbo laser. It looks like we might have taken it for a little bit and then it got destroyed. They do have some AATs. I love how I naturally just say AT because so many units in Star Wars start off with AT. not the AAT. They start off with 2 A's and then a T. Alright, our ground forces are here. Infantry in this game are balanced, right? They're really strong, but they're not too strong. And that's a talk I was going to have in this episode. But the reason why I have mostly infantry here, and then I have some ATSTs, some ATSTRs, because ATSTRs are going to be really, really good against vehicles. And then once we push up north to take out their buildings, the infantry are going to want to have some of those heavier weapons to help take out
Ready to receive your transmission.
their buildings. Where are my AT? Let's go, hurry up, people.
On the move.
I don't want to have him be abandoned. Let's get some aerial support, because my units are pushing it really slow. So, for the rest of this battle, I'm going to be completely off subject when it comes to the battle, and I'm going to talk about the balancing of this game. So it's really interesting to see the balancing of Awakening of the Rebellion. They treat it almost like it's a multiplayer game, right? They focus so heavily on making sure everything in this game is perfectly balanced. What is y'all's opinions on that, right? In my opinion, I would much rather see more features in this game and have them focus a little bit less on the balancing of this game. They treat it like it's a multiplayer game. A great example, but an example some of y'all might not know, is Clash Royale. Clash Royale is a game where you want to have everything be perfectly balanced to make sure that everything is usable. So that's one thing that this game does really well in. Because they focus so heavily on making sure that everything is perfectly balanced, every unit in this game is viable to use. Every unit in this game is worth building. I think that's good, because that way if you, for example, if the ATSTs were to be really, really bad, but ATSTs are your favorite unit in all of Star Wars, well then what are you going to do? You can't use your favorite unit because it's just really bad and unplayable to use. So that's one thing that they do really, really well in, and one feature about making a very, very balanced game is every unit is good so that every unit is playable, so that everybody can enjoy their favorite unit. And in a game like Star Wars, or a Star Wars game, everybody has their favorite unit. Everybody has their favorite thing that they always look forward to building in their campaigns. For me, my favorite ground unit is ATRTs, which we actually have some in this battle. So that's one thing that a perfectly balanced game like AOTR allows for. But my question for you guys is, would you rather have a game that focuses half of their time when it comes to updates, making the game extremely balanced, or would you rather see that time be used elsewhere, and maybe have a couple more units per update come out, or a couple more features per update come out? It's a pretty good question, because like in the 2.10 updates, they had 20 pages of patch notes. What were most of those patch notes? Most of those patch notes were balance changes and fixes to certain units. If a lot of those pages and a lot of that time was spent elsewhere, we would maybe have some more units for the Rebellion, or have some more units for the Empire. But they spent a lot of their time focusing on balance changes. So it's a pretty daggone important question for all developing teams. I'm sure that's a question that all developing teams struggle with. Do we spend a lot of time worried about balance changes, or do we spend that time focusing in on other things like more units and more features? It's a pretty good question. Looks like our civilians are actually going to be strong enough to win this fight. Nice job, civilians. Vader is taking these guys on their own. Let's go ahead and push you guys forward a little faster for me. Good job, Vader. We have a bombing run we can send in. I'm trying to figure out where the enemy's last units are.
Initiate bombing run.
Alright, that thing has been destroyed, but there's still somebody's unit somewhere. I think they're over here somewhere. Oh, there they are right there. All units, kill that swoop bike. Alright, we are victorious. But yeah, that's a pretty good question, is Would you rather see them spend more time on more units and more features, or keep things the way they are and having everything be perfectly balanced? Me personally, I'd rather see certain units be a little bit weaker so that we have more features and more units come out. Alright, they have snuck through our corruption that we're currently removing, snuck through the rebellion planet of Borleias, and are attacking Korlag with a massive fleet. Let's go ahead and fight this battle out. So that's why it's really, really important to remove corruption on your planets. I've done a pretty good job so far in this campaign of removing corruption where I see it. We were a little bit slow to remove it on Freysia, and obviously they recaptured Jabba from us.
Reinforcements en route.
On this planet, let's go ahead and capture these. Okay, we don't have to capture them. I didn't think we would. Let's get some laser turrets here. They have a lot of fighters, so if we can kill some of these fighters before
Construction complete.
the next battle,
Complete.
it'll make the next battle a little bit easier. If we can kill Thyferra, that's my target for this battle right here, is take out Thyferra. There's our laser defense platform. It's just a satellite with some lasers strapped to it, even though they're not actually strapped to it, they're just hovering. But yeah, they spend so much of their time making sure this game is perfectly balanced. It'd be interesting. I doubt they would ever change that. But the one good thing is about them focusing so much time on balances is they at least do a really good job. Everything in this game is very, very balanced. If things weren't as balanced as they were, and they still were spending all of this time focusing on balance changes, I would be a lot more upset. But because everything is so well balanced, it makes a lot more sense. Looks like we might actually not be able to take out Thyferra here, which definitely stinks. I would love to take him out, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to. Well, so be it. We are re-putting our fleet back up to north here on Anaxes. Alright, we have some extra credits. What isn't very good is that we accidentally left Vader over here. So let's go ahead and send you guys back over to Anaxes. I think that's where I sent my space fleet, which is good. On Fondor, we can go ahead and put a outpost and Governor's Palace. We failed this reconnaissance mission, which is not good. That's an easy mission that should not have failed. We have a little bit of credits, a few credits. Let's work on getting level 2 thing here. And level 2, whoops, level 2 outpost as well here. Okay, we also got paid once again. Let's get a level 1 light vehicle technology. That's going to be really solid on Anaxes. So let's go ahead and bump up to our level 3 barracks. Here is our fleet. I'm going to wait till Vader gets here. We also need to take Borleias back, and then we can take Jabba back. On Korlag, we have defenses there. It doesn't look like I don't see their ground forces anywhere, so it looks like we managed to stop the corruption before they sent their ground forces. Yeah, they have a bunch of ground forces here on Jabba, so they probably... That's going to make taking Jabba back pretty hard, huh? Alright, Vader. Join up with the fleets. Let's go ahead and get one Gazanti cruiser group, so I can put them in the Pathfinder spot. We got paid once again. Let's go over to Kuwat and make sure... Ooh, we need to get level 2 of this going. We're also about to get level 1 of heavy vehicles, which isn't really all that useful. What does it unlock us? AT-ATs, AT-DTs, and that's it. So I'm just going to wait till we get advanced AT-ATs before I build any of those. They actually moved their fleet off of... Let's make sure I put you in the Pathfinder spot. They moved their fleet off of Korlag. I wonder where they put them. It doesn't say. Let's get a space station here on Korlag because the Rebellion has a direct pathway here. On Borleias, we have a Rebel space station, level 1. Should be an easy fight. They're just going to retreat after a few seconds of this battle. Gazantis are a decent Pathfinder spot because you can just kind of send up their Thyferra squadrons. You can leave the Gazanti in the back here, and then you don't have to worry about having to replace your Pathfinder spot after every battle should that Gazanti die. Excuse me. Let's keep pushing forward. once I send in the majority of my fleet, they're probably just going to retreat.
Reinforcements canceled.
Right.
Reinforcements canceled.
Ozzel, you can start this battle off. Vader, a couple of Venators,
Right away. Moving out.
some Acclimators,
Roger.
a Victory. Alright. We got some Z95s here getting shredded. Push all y'all up. Speed this battle along. Retaking the space over Borleias. So like I was kind of saying, one thing that the balance changes is really good at is what if your favorite unit was the Acclimator, but the Acclimator was just really, really bad in this game? Well, that would make you not want to play this game because you can't use your favorite unit. But because they do a really, really good job of making sure that everything is balanced, you don't have to worry about that. It's part of the reason why we see so many people in like the Discords and my comment sections and my Discord. We see people always asking like, where's the ATTE, which is now in the game, or where is buildable ATRTs? Those are my favorite units. I really wish they were in this game. People just wish that they could use their favorite things. I wish that we had a buildable ATRT. The only ATRT that we can build is like that ground hero, which you can't replace him. So if he dies, you can't rebuild him. They did finally give us the ability to build ATTEs as the Black Sun, I believe.
Right away.
And you also can capture them as the Empire. In my Empire campaign that I play on my own, I have actually successfully captured
Heading out.
an ATTE. It's a pretty decent unit too. It's not bad at all.
Reporting.
They do have Han and Chewie in this fight. This is mostly going to be a light vehicle and infantry battle, so having ATSTs should make this battle pretty easy.
Ready. This way.
And then we also brought in some ITTs, which are so good.
On my way. What is your
I love Veers. Veers is so nice having him early on. That's why it's so hard to build AT-ATs, elite AT-ATs especially, early on for the Empire, is they're so good. They're so good. They're not necessarily amazing at taking out stuff for the Rebellion and the Black Sun early game because they don't have like those massive tanks that are really, really good at taking out
as you command?
your AT-ATs, but they're just really good at taking out structures. And when you're taking a lot of planets early on,
Nothing left of them.
you're going to be wanting something that's good against taking out structures and bunker turrets and turbo lasers. And that's where the AT-AT comes in. So it's not super overpowered to have this elite AT-AT early on, because the AI just doesn't have anything that the AT-AT is good at taking out other than structures and bunker turrets and turbo lasers. I feel like that's the slight justification of having Veers so early on. Is technically he's not really killing anything
Will not be a problem.
other than
Reporting.
structures.
Standing by.
Let's boost his firepower
For orders.
and watch him do his thing. What planet is this? This is Borleias. That looks like the temples on Yavin 4, but it's definitely not. It's far different. Those temples are like pyramid looking. And those temples, whatever this is definitely not no pyramid. Alright, so this was a pretty easy battle.
The day is ours. Well done, Jabba.
We didn't take any casualties, most likely. And we have retaken Borleias. Let's make sure that we put an outpost on this planet, and we can get those mines going once again. And finally, we should be able to retake the space over Jada.
Complete.
Transmission received.
On Anaxes, we have the level 3. So right here on Anaxes, I don't have an outpost built, but the barracks does provide you with 2 and 2 shock troopers and 2 and 2 shielded E-webs. So if you think that's enough to defend your planet, you can let them try. I'm going to go ahead and build an outpost here because I don't think it is. Most likely they're going to bring in enough units to take that planet should they raid it. So having the outpost should be enough to defend it, especially alongside those shock troopers.
Awaiting command.
Alright, all they have is a space station here as well. This should be, once again, a very easy battle for us to just push up my units and retake it. Jade is going to be an important planet for me to defend on the space side of things. So I wonder what exactly I'm going to try and do to defend it.
Choose your reinforcements.
Heading up.
Let's get some Vader action going. A couple of miniatures as always.
Let's move.
We'll get my 2 victories back here. And we only have one. We only have room for one
Destroyer here.
We're having difficulty tracking them.
acclimator, but that's okay. Let's have you guys target the whole of this thing.
I copy.
TIE fighters.
Reporting.
You guys can just go and sit over here. So a lot of these battles are pretty repetitive early on in campaigns, especially if you're like me and you did a bad job of making sure to secure certain planets. But soon, very soon, the rebels are going to launch a pretty massive attack somewhere. And it's been a while since the Black Sun has hit Naboo, so they're probably going to hit Naboo pretty soon. And that's going to be a pretty massive battle, trying to retake Naboo's space. Alright, how are we doing over here? I'm not doing a very good job of making sure we're doing good. Boost your firepower. Let's boost your firepower. Let's get all these fighters just kind of grouping up over here. Their Longhorns are pushing forward, not sure where they're going. And then there's the retreat call. Taking the ground on this planet is actually going to be pretty hard. Y'all saw they had 10 total ground units on this planet. Pretty sure they were gathering a ground force to take Korlag on the ground. Whoa, that was a lot of stuff they retreated. We've seen a lot of those pirate outposts get destroyed so far in this campaign.
Receiving location.
And what do they have? They have 2. We don't have to worry about them having any units respawn, which is nice.
Construction complete.
On Freysia, Coruscant. Okay, let's do it. The Battle of Jada. Once we take Jada, we can put our mines back here. But like I said, it's going to be hard to
Upgrade complete.
defend this planet. What makes Beers so effective is that he's really hard to kill,
Choose your reinforcements.
being so tanky like he is. Let's get some infantry going. I'm going to try and do a lot of this battle with just my ATSTs.
On my way.
And let's get some ITTs. I do want this mines. Let's get some of these infantry units to go up here. Speed this process along.
Reporting.
This AT-AT, let's go ahead and push him south.
Secured an abandoned mining facility.
Mr. Veers.
Form up. Awaiting.
Alright. The infantry should do a decent job at taking out the aerial units because they don't do a lot of damage, but they sure do shoot a lot of guns. Alright.
Putting coordinates.
Infantry, you guys can my group 2.
Heading out.
You guys can start pushing forward. Let's launch some TIE fighters to help us out as well.
I copy.
ATSTs, y'all are good to just chill out. Ooh, they got some Trandosians here. I'm assuming that they captured the bunker that's up here. There's a bunker or a mercenary outpost right here that you can buy some mercenaries. So it looks like they got some Trandosians to help them out. Let's put you in cover. Alright. Group 2, y'all are doing a decent job at taking out their aerial units. Hopefully the TIE fighters will help you out.
Reporting.
ATSTs, y'all keep pushing forward. Beers. Beers, can you focus down this bunker turret? ITTs, y'all just stop. Don't do too much. Put y'all on guard duty. Let's go ahead and start moving up our infantry. Put him in the cover, please. Looks like this is about to be an infantry battle right here. Infantry versus infantry right here. Alright, we need some anti-infantry help. Let's get some AT-PTs. How are you guys doing up here? Not great.
Fire at will.
The barrage ability is not useless at taking out vehicles. It's just more damage. That's all it is. It's just more DPS. So don't be afraid of sending out those barrage abilities against vehicles. What I'm more concerned about is these AATs. The AATs are causing damage over here. What is this? I think it's a swamp speeder.
Unit destroyed.
Yeah.
Awaiting orders.
Try not to lose any units here. Beers is taking some serious damage. He's not doing a very good job at taking this bunker turret out.
Unit
Alright, the ATPTs did do a good job of pushing up finally and taking these guys out. Let's get some speeders and some more ITTs. How are we doing? What are y'all firing at? Okay. So it looks like this battle is almost at a close. Where are y'all going? Let's take out this ITT, please.
Reporting in. Roger that.
Use whatever barrages we have left. Let's push these ITTs up here
Unit destroyed.
to help take out that AAT. Let's get some of these speeder bikes going to recapture this so we can spawn in units closer to the front lines. Let's get maybe... They still have these aero units pushing around. You would hope the Thyferra would be a solid unit to take out their aero units, but I feel like he's not doing a great job so far. Meanwhile, this AAT is just running for its life. That's what... Okay, real talk. Battlefront 1, 2005. Tell me that's not exactly what you looked like when you were piloting an AAT. Tell me that's not what you looked like. That is exactly what it looked like. You're just running, well, no matter what Battlefront, whether it's the new ones or the old ones, every time you got into an AAT, that is exactly what it looked like. You're just, wow, they have a mine built here. Oh yeah, we knew that. Beers, you go take out these mines. But yeah, no matter what Battlefront it is, if you played a Battlefront, that is exactly what you looked like when you were piloting AAT. That's absolutely hilarious. He's just running for its life. I mean, that's what makes the AAT good, is its hoverability. It's pretty quick on its feet for the most part, right? Even in the movies you see that. Even in the first movie you see that. It's pretty good at being a highly maneuverable unit. Alright, the bunker has fallen. We did lose probably what's going to end up being 2 units of ATSTs, but these are one of the smallest... Let's see, yeah, they don't require any technology, so I'd much rather lose those guys than something like my ATST-Rs, which are much harder to replace, as they take much higher technology. It looks like actually inside of a ground battle it doesn't tell you what type of technology they require. Or I guess it's just that once you build them, it doesn't tell you. Alright, unpause the game. Have you guys push up. Alright, on Jada. Like I said, going to be really hard to defend Jada. Let's get 2 mines and an outpost. And I suppose that on Jada we can probably just going to have to build maybe a level 2 space station. Oh, we can't even afford a level 2 space station. I don't really know what my plan is for defending that planet. It's going to be pretty hard. Alright. And with that, we're going to end this episode here. We have done a great job of retaking all of our planets up in the north. We have successfully defended all of these planets as well. And with that, we should be able to push back down south here without worrying about them taking these planets back up here in the north, and without them worrying about them taking us in the middle here. So now we can push down here and take out all of these rebel planets. Thank you guys for watching, and drop a comment on what I was talking about earlier. Whether you like how they spend so much time worried about balance changes, or if you would rather them spend more time not worrying about so much on balance changing, making sure that the game is balanced, but rather than making sure that every unit is perfect, spend some more time making more units and more features into the game.